Hello everyone. So now we're going to do a IGCSE chemistry paper. This is summer 2014, paper 11. Right, so let's start with question one. In question one, we have a purple crystal dissolving in water. So it's purely a process of dissolution, so there's no chemical reaction. And during the process, the particles of the crystal diffuse into water to give you the solution. So there's diffusion, and the process is dissolution. So yes, it is dissolving. So the right answer is D. Question two. So yeah, so we have a burette here. So when you are doing the titration, you are adding your solution here to the conical flask. So you are measuring a tighter volume by subtracting the end point with the starting point to measure the volume of your title. So the correct answer will be A. So the burette measures the volume of the liquid added in the titration. So the next question. Yeah, so to separate alcohol from water, we need to use fractional distillation because the alcohol and water have different boiling points. Right, number 4. So we are trying to figure out which element is X. So this is determined by the proton number. So the proton number is 5. So proton number of 5 gives you boron as your element. So the correct answer is A. So let's go to question 5. So question 5, which two items are isotopes? So for isotopes, they have the same proton number, but different neutron number. So which two have the same proton number, different neutron numbers? That would be 2 and 4. So the correct answer is B. Yeah, number 6. So the pencil slides across the paper more easily as a graphite. The percentage of graphite is increased. That is because graphite is a lubricant. So the lubricant will make something to slide more easily. Number 7. So element X is a group 1 metal. So group 1 metal, we know that group 1 metal has one outer electron, and it is very likely for a group 1 metal to lose the outer 1 electron. Therefore, to become a cation. Therefore, the correct answer is D. So this group 1 metal loses an electron and forms a cation. So number 8. Right, so we know both F and G, they don't conduct electricity. So graphite, they conduct electricity. So C and D are not the right answer. So we need to look at A and B. And we also know that, G dissolves in water. So silver chloride is a precipitate in water. So that's not right. So it must be this one, sodium chloride, which is also a ionic compound. And this silver chloride is not a covalent compound anyway, so B is the right answer. So next question. So we have a calcium, 2 oxygen and 2 hydrogen. So immediately you can see that the oxygen and the hydrogen, they form hydroxide ion, and you have 2 of them. So you got 2 of them here, and you have a calcium. So the formula is CaOH2. So D is the right answer. So question 10. Question 10. So we're just calculating the relative molecular mass. So we have 18 carbon. So 18 times 12 plus 16 hydrogen. So it's just plus 26 hydrogen, because the relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, so it's just 26, and plus 2 oxygen times 16, and that will give you 274. So C is the right answer. So question number 11, which does not conduct electricity. Is the obvious answer is plastic, because there's no free electrons. Okay, next question. Yeah, so we have a compound, lead bromide. So lead is cation here, and bromide is anion. So we got 2 bromide to balance charges, right? So in an electrolysis reaction, we have, because opposite charges attract each other, so for the positive anode, and the anions will go to the positive anode, and the cations, they will go to the negative cathode, because opposite charges attract each other. So which you will form. So the bromide anion goes to the anode to form bromine molecules, and the PD 2 plus will go to the cathode to give you PD atoms. So B is the right answer. Number 13. So we are dealing with a endothermic reaction. So we know that in endothermic reaction, energy is given in, so it absorbs energy. By absorbing energy, so they convert. So in the endothermic reaction, energy is converted. So heat energy is converted to chemical potential energy. Chemical potential energy. So heat energy is given in, so there will be a temperature decrease. So energy is taken in, and the temperature decrease. So A is the right answer. Right, number 14. So combustion of methane, it is a exothermic reaction. So energy is given out. So electrolysis, you are converting electrical energy to chemical potential energy. So you are taking heat in. So not heat. So you are taking electrical energy in to convert it to chemical potential energy. So the right answer will be a B. Number 15. So in an oxidation reaction, so an element is oxidized. So it should be A, because carbon had a oxidation number of 0, and oxidized by oxygen. So it reacts with oxygen, and the oxidation number becomes +4. So there is an increase in oxidation number. So carbon is being carbon has been oxidized. So A is the answer. Number 16. Yeah, so a catalyst will speed up the reaction. So it will make the reaction faster. And the decrease in the temperature, it will decrease the energy of the molecules. So temperature decrease will lead to a decrease of the energy of the molecules. So the reaction will obviously be slower. So B is the answer. Number 17. So we are collecting gas, and we are measuring the volume. So both 2 and 3, they are graduated. So they can measure the volume of your carbon dioxide. However, number 1, there's no graduate lines. So you can't measure the volume. You can only collect the carbon dioxide. So number 1, you can't. So it's 2 and 3. So B is the choice. So next question. Right. So we are going from a hydrated molecule to a anhydrous molecule. So if you are for this reaction, you need heat to release water molecules. However, if you are going the reverse way from anhydrous to hydrated, you need to add water, but you do not need heat. So B is the right answer. Number 19. So number 1 is wrong, because when you react alkali with acid, it becomes less basic. So if you think about the pH scales, so the higher the pH number is, the more basic your solution is. So by reacting alkaline with acid, you are making the solution less basic. So there will be a decrease in the pH instead of increase. So number 1 is wrong. So 2 and 3 are both correct. So the right answer will be D. Next question. So next question, right? So it's shiny and conducts electricity. So we know it's a metal, and metal oxide have basic properties. So it's a metal, and metal oxide have basic properties. So B. Number 21. So we need the acid to react with ammonium to give you ammonium sulfate. So A, B, and C, they do not contain sulfate ions. So they can't be correct because you can't create a sulfate ion from nowhere. So number D is the right answer, because in sulfuric acid you have sulfate ion, which can combine with your ammonium to give you ammonium sulfate salt. So D is the right answer. Number 22. So agreeing. So we have an alkaline gas. So if you look at A, B, and C, D, A, B will give you an alkaline gas, which is ammonium. C and D, obviously, you cannot get a gas from hydroxide ions. So A and B, and we know it is a green precipitate, so which means we have iron 2. So the right answer is A. Number 23. This is an easy question. So most metallic elements are on the left of the periodic table. If you look at your periodic table, most of the metallic elements are on the left. So group 1, group 2, transition metals. So C is the correct answer. Number 24. So in a electric lamp, the temperature is very high. So we need to use something that is very inert and does not react at such high temperature, because you don't want your substance in the land to react. So the right reason is D, because argon is a very good inert gas and is very reactive, although the temperature is very high. So D is your reason. 25. So from the physical property description, we know it is we know the element is nickel. So C is, if you look at your periodic table, C is the position of nickel element. So C is the right answer. Right, number 26. So which of the zinc is an alloy? So this one is zinc. So alloy is a combination of metal elements, right? So in a zinc plated bucket, you only have zinc, so that's not an alloy. Here you have brass. Brass is a combination of copper and zinc, so that is an alloy. So C is the right answer. Number 27. So we have X, Y, and Z. So Y is the most reactive. X is so by the description, it is more reactive. It is less reactive than Y, but more reactive than H plus in the metal activity series. And obviously that does not react, so it is less reactive than acid. So if we look at A, B, C, D, so we have copper, we have iron, and we have magnesium. We also have zinc. So because that it has lower, so it's less reactive than the acid. It's less reactive than acid. So we know that it's copper. And if you compare Z and Y, if you compare X and Y, X is less reactive than Y. So it would be, say, because so AD is are the wrong answers, because iron is not, so iron would react with water. If you look at B and C, because Y is more reactive than X, so you know its magnesium is more reactive than zinc. So that C is the right answer. But B, because magnesium is more reactive than iron, so that does not give you the right answer. So the right answer is C. Right, number 28. We want a metal for the aircraft. Obviously, we want high strength and resistance to corrosion. So of course we need both to be high. So that already gives you C as the answer. And we want a low density because we want a very light material, because we don't want the aircraft to be very heavy. That would consume more energy. So C is the right answer. We want a light, low density material and has high strength, high resistance to corrosion. Right, number 29. So this is a blast furnace. So in blast furnace, you have your iron ore and limestone coming in from point A, and you have heating here. So the temperature would decrease from this point to that point. So it will increase from here to here, right? And if you think about the reaction, first of all, the limestone will decompose. It will decompose into carbon dioxide and into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. And at very high temperature, the carbon dioxide will react with core carbon to give you carbon monoxide. This will reduce your iron ore to iron. So this can only happen at a high temperature because this bit, the temperature is not high enough. So from somewhere from here, the temperature is high. So the reduction will take place somewhere here. So that's where the iron ore is changed to iron. So B gives you the right answer. Okay, number 30. This is obvious because to wash a car or to water a plant, so the water quality is not that important. But here we are boiling an egg because we need. So this is for food consumption. So it goes into your mouth. So that is very important. It is very important that the water is filtered and chlorinated, so it does not have germs or bacteria. So A is the right answer. Number 31. So in that question, D is the right answer because A, B, C it gives a coating to iron, so that will make it rust slower because you have a surface coating. However, for D, you are washing it with soap and rinsed, so you are making the surface more exposed. So that means it will react with oxygen and water more quickly. So D will give you the right answer. So next question. So next question. So what are the three essential elements? So the three essential elements for a complete fertilizer is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So C is the right answer because you have nitrogen and phosphorus. So you already have two of the three essential elements. So C. Next question, 33. Yeah, so here, the reaction happening here, it is, right, so the reaction happening here, it is copper carbonate heating, and they decompose into copper oxide and give off carbon dioxide as a gas, which turns lime water milky. So it would be C, because you know the gas is carbon dioxide, and you know that the other oxide which left with is copper oxide, because copper oxide is black and copper carbonate is green. So it turns from green to black. So the right answer is C. The reason it's not A is because calcium carbonate is white. So that is not the right answer. And number B, that is not right because you are left with copper oxide. And number D is not right because you have sulfate here, but we need carbonate to give off carbon dioxide. So C is the right answer. Okay, number 34. So yeah, so acid rain does not cause breathing difficulties. So A is the right answer. Number 35. Yeah, so methane is a product of vegetation decomposition. So B is the right answer. So 36, we have a OH group here. so which means that it's a alcohol. It's not alkene because you have a alcohol group, because an alkene only has carbon, and so an alkane only has carbon and hydrogen, and no double and single bond. So an alkane would have a double bond, so that's not right. Carboxylic acid is COH is not right either, because there is no COH in your molecular structure. So it is the right answer. Number 37. So we want the crude oil for motor vehicle, for car applications. So we know that to fuel a car, we want gasoline. So gasoline, we want petrol or diesel, right? So we want petrol or diesel. So we want a higher percentage of gasoline and a high percentage of diesel in the crude oil. So this one, not C, gives you the highest percentage of gasoline and the highest percentage of diesel oil. So we want it. We want this one. So D is the right answer. So number 38. So in cracking, we are cracking large hydrocarbon molecules to small hydrocarbon molecules. So we're going from large to small, and we need a catalyst and a high temperature, because the activation energy for this reaction is very high. So we want a catalyst, and we also want high temperature. So B is the right answer. Number 39. Yeah. So going from X to Y to Z, we have a increase in boiling temperature. We have an increase in boiling temperature because the number of atoms in the molecule increases from X to Y and from Y to Z, and that will give you a higher intermolecular interactions, which is the van der Waals forces. So that will increase in the so the intermolecular interactions increase from X to Y to Z. So that would increase the boiling temperature. Because boiling the molecules, you are breaking apart the intermolecular interactions. So the boiling temperature increase from X to Y to Z. So 3 is the wrong answer. So they don't have the same boiling point, and 1 and 2 are correct. So the right answer here is number B. The last question. Okay, so the last question, ethanol. So if you draw the structure of ethanol, first of all, yeah, it is made from fermentation. Plant fermentation gives you ethanol. But it's not a unsaturated compound, because an unsaturated compound has double bonds. But ethanol does not have any double bond. So 2 is wrong. Yes, and ethanol can be burned as a fuel. Is a very good biofuel. So 3 is right. So 1 and 3 are the right answers. So C is the right choice.